All right, good morning, friends.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
All right, today for our small group, we are going to discuss cause and effect, but we're going to discuss it within the scientific text, understanding a scientific text. So, has anybody or is anybody familiar with cause and effect?
Yes, ma'am.
Where have you heard it before?
In science class and Miss Walker class.
Okay, so Ms. Walker, your ELA teacher, and you've heard it in Ms. Brown Glover's class, who's your science teacher. Good. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at our academic talk. And our academic talk is just our vocabulary that we're going to use as we are going through this passage of understanding scientific text. So repeat after me. The word is events.
Events.
Events. The definition of events is a planned or unplanned occurrence that takes place at a specific place and time. Our next academic talk vocabulary word is scientific text. What is it?
Scientific text.
Scientific text is a structured written document that communicates specific research findings and investigations. You remember when you were in Ms. Brown Glover's class and you're going through the scientific method when you guys are doing your projects or having like a lab? What do you have to do? Do you just do the lab and leave?
No.
No, don't you have to write down your findings and you have to write down what you investigated during that time?
Yes, ma'am.
So that could be part of your scientific text. It could be part of your science report. All right? Our next two words that are part of our academic talk, I didn't put it on this paper because I already made an anchor chart of it. The anchor chart is cause and effect. So the cause is why something happened, and the effect is what happened. So Ms. Badger always likes to start with the effect. What happened? What event, whether it's planned or unplanned, what happened, and then why it happened. So read for me what the definition of effect is.
The effect is the result of what happened.
Ms. Badger skinned her knee on the playground. What happened?
You skinned your knee.
I skinned my knee on the playground. Well, if I go to Nurse Smith and I say, oh, Nurse Smith, I skinned my knee on the playground, what is she going to ask me?
Why?
Why or what happened, right? How did you skin your knee? So what is the cause? What is the definition of cause?
The cause is the reason something happened.
Let's read it together. Try it again.
The cause is the reason something happened.
So Nurse Smith, I'm like, oh, Nurse Smith, I skinned my knee. She gonna say, well, baby, how did you skin your knee on the playground? And what am I gonna tell her?
Because I was playing outside and I fell.
I fell. That could be a reason why.
I was running on the concrete and I fell and skinned my knee.
Very good. I ran on the concrete. What did you say?
You slipped.
I slipped and fell. All of those could be reasons why. So let's look at my example that I already wrote. The sun was very hot. That is the what, class? Cause. And because the sun was hot, therefore the ice cream melted. Has that happened before to you?
Yes.
Yes. So what? Because the sun was very hot and the ice cream melted, what did it cause you to do with your ice cream?
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash? That could be an effect. What else could you have done
Get a new one.
with the same ice cream cone if it was melting?
Put more ice cream on the ice cream cone.
Not if it's melting. What would I probably do?
Lick it.
No.
At the same pace or?
Oh, drink it.
Drink it because it's liquidy and you can drink it.
Okay, so make it a milkshake. If you see your ice cream melting on your cone, what do you try to do?
Lick your
the ice
finger.
You try to lick it faster, right? So that you can save it from melting. So that was another effect that happened after the first effect. So what I want you to do, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. I want you to partner up, think, pair, and share, and I want you to come up with a cause and effect. All right? Ready? You ready for my watch? I'm looking at my watch because I can put the timer on the board. So let me look at I never remember where the timer is. Up here, Timer. Let me give you 30 seconds. Go ahead and start talking. You know it takes a minute for the timer comes up. I want a cause and effect, and I'm going to fill it in over here as soon as my timer comes up. Did it come up?
The cause could be
The cause.
my drink fell on the floor. And then it could be
The cause.
the cause. We were dancing. What happened?
We were dancing by the stairs. The effect was that when we danced.
15 seconds. My timer doesn't want to work.
Oh.
15
What
seconds.
happened? What happened? Because I
So the
asked.
cause is my phone. So the
3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. I'm going to fill it in. Makari and Braylon, what is your cause or effect? One could give me the cause, one could give me the effect.
The effect is that my phone fell in the pool.
Your phone fell in the pool, okay? Get the right color. No, I'll keep this one. My phone fell in the pool. Braylon, why did the phone fall in the pool?
Because I was running around the pool, playing too much, and then my phone had slipped in the water.
I ran around the pool playing. Can I say that?
Yes.
I ran around the pool playing. Therefore, my phone fell in the what? Pool. All right, Savannah and Mariah, who wants to go first? Cause or effect? Who's gonna do it?
The effect.
Okay.
When I was dancing, I fell.
Okay. I just need to know what the effect is.
I fell
You fell. Where did you fall? I'm just curious.
on the stairs.
You fell on the stairs?
By the stairs.
I fell by the stairs. Well, I'm going to ask you, Mariah, why did I fall by the stairs? Why?
Because I was dancing.
Because you were dancing. What caused you to fall next to the stairs? Why is the stairs so significant?
Because you can go down and fall.
So can we, let me make it a little bit clearer. Can we say, I was dancing? If you're dancing and you're not careful, what is it called when you're not taking care of, or you're not making sure that you're being careful doing something? You're being careless. So can I say I was dancing carelessly? Okay, I was dancing carelessly. So I was dancing carelessly. I fell by the stairs. I fell by the stairs. I fell close to the stairs. I almost fell down the stairs. You see? Okay. So can we say I almost fell down the stairs? Can I say that? I almost fell. I'm going to put down the stairs. And it's okay that you make mistakes. Clarifying the mistake, and I don't even want to say it's a mistake. I just want it to be more of a clear-cut definition of cause and effect, okay? So I ran around the pool playing. My phone fell in the pool. Next, I was dancing carelessly. I almost fell down the stairs. All right? Good job. All right, so now we are going to take our scientific text, and we're going to use what you already know about, cause and effect, and we're going to apply it to a scientific text, okay? So the first thing I want us to do, I want us to read the learning target together. You see the learning target at the top? All right, put your finger on it. You know how I feel about that, whether we're first, second, third, fourth, or fifth grade. Put your finger on it, and let's read it together. Let's go.
Thinking carefully about information in science text will help you understand what happens in the natural world and why or how it happens.
Great. So when we're reading this scientific text, it's a good idea to stop and ask yourself not what happens, but also why it happens. When you connect the cause and effect, just like we connected the cause and effect over there, it tells you the natural process of why something happens, and it will help you better understand the text, okay? All right, so let's look and let's read together while I put my annotation back up. I want my highlighter because I'm going to highlight with you. Let's read the reading part and then go through this passage together. Ready? Let's go. A good scientific text is like having a science expert at your side explaining the causes and effects of everything that goes on around you. It tells what happens during a set of events in nature. It also answers important questions by explaining how the event happens and why it happens. These answers help you understand the world you live in. All right, so let's go ahead and circle our academic vocabulary words. What's one of them? Scientific text. What's the next one?
Event,
Causes and effects. And the last one is events. So you know that we're going to hear those words in our lesson today. Go ahead and circle. All right. Then I want you to highlight. What do you think I'm going to ask you to highlight? In that passage.
The text.
What do you think?
The definitions.
The definitions. Why will it help you, Makari, to highlight the definitions?
Before you can know what the words meaning.
So you can remember, or you can refer back to what the words mean. Very good. So it also, we're going to highlight, it tells what happens. So I'm going to highlight during a set of events in nature. And which one is that telling what happened? Is that the cause or is that the effect? We're right here. Thank you for looking back at
The effect.
the effect. Very good. Then what else am I going to do? I got another one to highlight.
Cause and effect.
We already did the effect, so which one am I highlighting next?
The cause.
The cause. It also answers important questions on how it happens. I want you to see that Miss Badger also highlights as she's teaching. So as you're annotating, I too annotate to make sure that I'm pulling out the information, okay? So now, let's look at the cartoon, and I want you to think about what events are happening. I also want you to think about how and why they are happening, okay? So I want you to think, and then I want you to pair with your partner, and then we're gonna share out. I want you to think, then I want you to pair with your partner, and then we're gonna share out. Okay? Let's look at the first one. Number one, tell me what the caption says under number one, Makari.
A fish dies and sinks to the bottom of it. A fish dies and sinks to the bottom.
You wanna say bottom of the ocean so bad.
The
Take your
ocean
time
bottom.
and thank you.
And it is buried in mud, which may harden.
All right, Braylon, read number two.
Slowly the fish bones dissolve and are replaced by another mineral. They become a fossil.
By other minerals.
By other minerals.
Very good. Savannah, read number three.
The ocean drains away and erosion uncovers the fossil.
How? In covers or uncovers. This is why that magic finger always works. Put that finger underneath those words when you are reading. Bariah, when does number one start happening? How many years ago?
2 million years ago.
2 million years ago. So you got a little bit of science, you have a little bit of reading, and you have a little bit of math. All in a scientific what?
Math.
Text. Tell me, do you think from 2 million years ago to today Is this making a fossil a short process or a long process?
A long process.
It is a very long process. So I want you to think, pair, and share with your partner about this process. Think about the process. Then I want you to pair up and I want you to share with your partner any findings, any aha moments, anything that kind of sticks out to you with the process of a fossil, okay? Or a fish becoming a fossil. And I'm going to give you about 1 minute to do that before we move on. So that means you're gonna have to be talking.
I think it takes a long time to go underground because
Fossils, so
the erosion takes a long time to
What'd you say?
once they grow, the bone become fossils and skin like fish legs start decaying.
it takes a long
Okay.
time
And what does decay mean?
to put the fossil underground because it takes a long time.
If an apple decays, what happens to it?
It's rotten.
Guess what happens to a body when it
It's
decays?
rotten.
It's rotten. Same thing. That's a good connection because it didn't even say decay, but you saw dissolve. Dissolve means the same thing as decay because your skin is dissolving
It
from
changes,
decay.
it changes like forms from the
We have like 10 seconds
from
left.
when the fish dies and when the fish bones dissolve, it changes its form.
Okay. So what was your finding? What did y'all talk about?
The fish,
What about it?
when it dissolves and gets covered, it starts forming another.
So it changes form when it starts dissolving. They talked about it decaying. So from that decay, it dissolves and it changes one form to another. Is it still a fish?
Not a living start decaying.
Not a living fish, but it's a what?
A fossil.
A fossil. Very good. All right. Before we move on, I have to erase this to move to the next page. Before we move on, I just want you to report out to each other what your findings were just from think, pairing, and sharing.
So our one was slowly the fish bones decay and are replaced by other minerals.
Okay, and what was the aha moment, or what was the light bulb moment when you and Makari were talking about dissolving?
That while the fish bones are turning into fossils, this over time the skin from the fish start decaying.
Okay, so what was the word that you thought of as you were talking with your partner? Decaying. It doesn't use decay in the sentence, does it? In the description, but you were able to relate decaying to dissolving. All right, what was your aha moment or your light bulb moment?
He said when the fish dies, it gets covered by mud and the fish changes into another form.
All right, so what did y'all call that? I can't remember what the students call it. It's something that you call with a video game where you change from one form to another. What was it called? I can't remember. It's not transforming. I can't think of it right now. I'm gonna think of it before we finish. So you said that the fish changes form. So my question to you, my follow-up question was, is it still a fish? And what did you say, Savannah?
It's a fish, but it's not alive. It turned into a fossil.
So even though it changed from one form to another, it's not a living thing. Very good connections. Good, so let's turn to our next page. And we are going to fill out this method of using cause and effect to help us understand this text before I let you work in small groups together. Let me move my, I went too far up. All right, I have a sensitive, all right, so I want you to think about it, and we kind of thought about it a little bit already. consider everything you've learned just so far about reading the scientific text and what we reviewed about cause and effect. And I want you to use the information in the cartoon and the how and why column to add the events to the what happened column of the chart. And then I want you to list the events in order as they occur in nature. So we're talking about the text structure of cause and effect. If you're listing something in order, what text structure is that? If I'm listing something in order, say it again.
Events.
They are events, but if we're listing events in order, say it. Chronological order, or sometimes we call it, starts with an S. Sequence of events. Yes, oh yeah. Chronological events or sequence of events. I'm trying to get my there. Oh, it touches back. Let me do it this way. All right, so let's look at page 2. And I want you to first, before, and I always do this, I want you to label which one is cause and which one is effect. Is that clear? The what happened, is that the cause or is that the effect?
Effect.
That's the effect.
That is the effect. So I want you to write at the top, effect. Just, ooh, I don't like green. Just write effect at the top. That is the what happened, and the how and why happened. It broke. Oh, here you go. Mm-hmm. And then the how or why is the what, friends? The cause. Always like to remind myself. Okay? So now be very careful. You are going to list the events that happen in chronological what? Order, in sequential order. However, make sure you're looking over at cause to help you with filling it out. Can you go back to your sheet? Can you refer back to the first sheet? Yes, you can refer back to the first sheet. Is that clear? All right, let's read the cause first. Let's read the cause. Let's read it together.
Over millions of years, the fish skeleton dissolves and is replaced by other minerals. They harden in the shape of the skeleton. This creates a fossil. Later, erosion wears away the rock and soil to uncover the fossil.
Very good. So I'm going to fill it out with you. If we're doing chronological order or sequencing of events, what happened first to cause this to happen? What happened first?
The fish died.
The fish what?
Died.
And what happened when it died?
It got covered in mud and
Oh.
stuff.
Okay, so let's say, and I don't have a so the fish died and was covered in mud. With mud. I don't think I ever had a stylus. All right, that happened first. A fish died and was covered in mud. I just put another bullet point here. So number 2, I could put that as 1, and this is 2. Number 2, what happened next? Braylon already gave me one, so somebody else needs to give me another one. What happened next, Bariah?
The fish hardened.
Does the fish harden or something else hardens?
The mud.
The mud hardens. Very good. The mud hardens around what?
The fish.
Fish. The mud hardens around the fish. Great. The mud hardens around the fish. So 1, the fish died and is covered with mud. 2, the mud hardens around the fish. Makari, what happens next after the mud hardens around the fish?
After the mud hardens, the bones start to turn into fossils, and
Let's use our vocabulary word. It starts turning, you just talked about that skin.
the bones start to turn into fossils, and the skins start decaying.
So the fish's skeleton, the skin decays, then the fish's skeleton slowly dissolves into what?
Fossil.
Okay, so let's say, I'm gonna use Makari's word, the skin decays and the skeleton slowly dissolves into a fossil. All right. And Savannah, you are the last one that has not given me one. I'm gonna wait till you finish writing first. The skeleton dissolves into a fossil. All right. The last part of the process, or the fourth step in the process of the events that created a fossil. And it's okay if you don't have room, because I am going to run out of room too. Savannah, what's the last thing that happened?
The ocean goes away, and then the fossil is covered with the sand.
So I want you to look back at your picture. The ocean does go away, but something else happens. And I know y'all talked about this in Ms. Brown Glover's class.
And erosion.
Very good. So what is going away? Not the ocean. What is going away when something erodes? Well, the water does
The
recede.
soil and the fossil.
The soil starts to come away. So can you restate that, Savannah? Tell me again.
The water goes away, and then the fossil is gonna be eroded, and the soil is gonna go away.
So the soil erodes, and from the soil eroding, what happens?
It moves away to
Oh.
cover the fossil.
Okay, so the soil erodes after 1 year?
2 million.
Oh, can we say millions of years? It might be 2 million, it might be 1 million, it might be 5 million. The soil erodes after millions of years. And who discovers the fossil?
Maybe you or a person.
A person can discover the what?
Fossil.
Fossil. Okay. And as you are finishing up, I don't want to give you too much at one time, but as you're finishing up writing that last portion, I want you to think to yourself, and then we're going to talk out loud. Why do you think it was good for us to fill out a graphic organizer? Just want you to think. Why do you think it was good for us to fill out a graphic organizer? Mariah, why do you think it was good for us to fill out a graphic organizer?
So we can remember and show what we learned.
Okay, so you can remember and show what you learned. Tell me, what do you think, Braylon?
So we can know what the cause and effect was about minerals that matter.
Okay, so you can identify the cause and effect. Savannah, what do you think?
So you can understand the cause effect.
So we can understand the cause and effect in what type of text, class?
Scientific text.
The scientific text. This pretty much outlined what we learned in the scientific text. So I want you to talk with your partner right quick, and I want you to think. If you agreed on the events and their order, that should be an easy one. And then I want you to talk about how did the details in the chart help you understand more about cause and effects. So I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to answer those two questions, really number two, because we kind of did number one together. But talk with your partner right quick.
Yes, number one is yes, and two, the details in this chart help us understand the effect and cause and effect because
It helped me understand when we learned. It showed me what we learned about cause and effect.
it shows what we can learn about the two things that were called.
Fossils and how what you said we could understand.
Let me ask you this before you answer. Did you know how fossils were created before you read the text?
No.
Okay, so it even gave you an introductory to how it was created, correct? What did you think, Ricard?
I think about this.
Yeah, like, what did you think about the details in this chart? How does it help you understand cause and effect?
That it gives me, it tells me how the steps of how
It
fossils
makes us
are
understand
made.
how
All the steps of how fossils are made.
Okay,
If somebody asks me this question, I will know.
so if somebody asked you to explain the steps, you would know. Wonderful. Okay, good. What do you have, Miss Pariah? What did you say?
We said
that yes, the first question and then the second one, it can help us understand because it shows the order of how the fish, what's it called?
how the fossil is made,
Okay.
and it helps us with the cause and effect through the process.
Okay, so this is my closing question to you. Are those steps that we just outlined, is that the main idea of the passage or is that the details of the passage?
The details.
The details of the passage. So if we had to come up with our own main idea, what this passage was mostly about, what could you tell me this passage was mostly about?
How
Yeah.
fossils being made.
How fossils are made. Very good. Give yourselves a pat on the back and say, good job, good buddy. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate your participation. Tomorrow we'll go over the next part, okay? All right, great.